Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Sai Dental Vlogs and today we are going to do case discussions on important cases. काफी दिनों से case discussion नहीं हुआ था, so today I am planning to do so. And for those who don't know, I am going to come live on my Instagram channel Sai_Dental. Is my Instagram ID. So on Saturday at 10:30 PM I am going to come live with students only, not with patients. बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स के साथ इंटरेक्शन करना भी बहुत जरूरी है और जितने भी कुछ डाउट्स हैं आप लोगों के एंड इट्स गोना बी अ मोटिवेशनल वीडियो क्योंकि एवरीवेयर देयर इज नेगेटिव न्यूज अबाउट कोविड एंड देयर इज नो गुड न्यूज राइट नाउ. सो विल डिस्कस अबाउट आवर प्रॉब्लम्स, अबाउट आवर अचीवमेंट्स, अबाउट आवर कॉलेजेस. तो इन सब चीजों के बारे में विल टॉक एंड सो प्लीज डू कम लाइव ऑन दैट डे एट 10:30 PM this Saturday. It's 8th May. So let's start our discussion. So recently I did few cases before 16th April and I want to show you those cases to you and I am sure that you will get some knowledge about whatever I have done. And in fact some few cases are done by my junior doctor also, so that also will motivate you guys कि a junior doctor who has just passed his internship can also do nice work. So let's continue with the video. So this is the case I'm going to show you. I hope it is very much clear, this radiograph. So this is a young patient and you can see this is tooth number 37 and this is tooth number 38, 37 and 38. So what happened is actually patient came with a chief complaint of there was no pain, but in the gingiva in relation to 37 and 38 there was a small periapical abscess with draining sinus. So that is the thing, the patient complained of that. So there was no caries, nothing at all. So I was very amazed ki how come this can happen. So while I took the radiograph, I could see a periapical radiolucency. If you can see in this picture, there is a periapical radiolucency in this area, but there a little bit of furcation involvement is also there in this region. So you can see I saw there is some periapical infection at the distal root of 7 as well as the mesial root of 8. So what I suggested the patient is to do the RCT of the 7 number tooth and extraction of this tooth. But on that day there was a lot of rush in my clinic, so I could not get the canals, all the 3 canals all together. I just found out the distal canal. And you can see here mesial canal में कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा. There is no opening and it's little bit of calcified. The opening is only calcified. Remaining these 2 canals you can see is coming and joining in one thing. There is periapical widening of the pedial space. So I did the access opening. Then I came to know that patient had gone some kind of restoration during his childhood time. So what has happened most likely is कि the doctor must have done an indirect pulp capping through which there is secondary dentin deposits and the pulp opening, the canal opening, coronal area has been blocked. So what I did is पहले दिन इतना ज्यादा ढूंढना नहीं चाहिए, अगर नहीं मिल रहा था छोड़ दें, तो मैंने सिर्फ डिस्टल कैनाल को थोड़ा सा प्रिपेयर करके I just put some EDTA and I gave a close dressing. Again I recalled the patient and in the second appointment easily I got all the 3 canals. अब आप देख सकते हैं इस कैनाल में it's not that much visible, but if you see there is some you can see the canal here. There is one canal in this thing, buccal aspect, and one in the lingual aspect. So these 2 canals are very widely separated. So in the tooth also the canals were located at the periphery. Usually in the lower second molar the canals are usually very closely associated with each other, but here you can see the canals are quite wide. So one canal, lingual one, is going towards the furcation area, but that doesn't mean it's in the furcation because it's a 2D image. So lingual जो canal था, mesolingual canal, was quite lingually and mesially present, and the mesobuccal canal was just under the buccal cusp. So I have to remove the entire buccal cusp to do the RCT of this tooth. Next case we move on to another case. So this was a case of extraction which was not done by me. Initially the patient had come, she was a female patient, young female patient. She had gone to some dentist in some other place and there he could not remove the tooth and it got broken like this. Then the patient again went to one more dentist. That dentist also could not remove this tooth. So she had severe dry socket infection and a lot of pain, and she came to me. So I thought, why not to call an oral surgeon instead of giving more pain to the patient, and I'm trying for a hell lot of time. Why not call an oral surgeon? Also took a lot of time, around 45 to 50 minutes, and took out this tooth with much ease. Patient post-operatively was fine. But what I want to tell you guys, why I'm showing you this case, because see, you have to, the idea of both these cases is, first you have to take a good IOP of whatever you are doing, right? IOP gives a very good idea of what your treatment plan will be, what your treatment plan should be, whether you should call a surgeon or whether you should call an endodontist. So it will give you a wide idea about the tooth and about the patient itself. So it was a very good decision. And guys, this case and this case came on this this case and the earlier one, both cases came on the very same day. Like they came on, I think 24th, or I don't remember. But so it was very wise that we got this tooth extracted from an oral surgeon, and he took it out. But patient, what medications we gave to the patient? We gave Augmentin 625, and along with that we gave Zerodol SA, and we gave Pandy for gastritis. Then we gave Chimeral Fort, which is a chymotrypsin combination, and to be given initially after extraction for 5 consecutive days, 3 times daily. So that will reduce the inflammation a lot. Then along with that we gave local Dexona injection, and as well as a Dynapar local Dexona injection in the extraction site, and we also put Alvelogel inside the extraction socket. Alvelogel is the, agar aapko nahi pata what is Alvelogel, you can see my video. So it stops bleeding and it prevents further dry socket. And also I have given to this patient intramuscular diclofenac 75 mg. The name of the injection is Dynapar AQ. So patient is fine now, no problem. Now we move on to the next case. Why I want to show you this case, because see, this root canal is done so nicely with 4% denitrified gutta perca, but this case has been done by my junior doctor who is in my clinic. He was there in my absence. As you all know, I was not there for a week, and he has done in my absence, which was very appreciable, very good. And this tooth, why I am showing you, because if he can do this molar avcity within a year of practicing in a dental clinic, then you guys also can do it. So we can add the mesial and mesiolingual, this is a lower 6 I guess, and the mesiolingual mesiobuccal canal are fusing together, and the distal canal is also very nicely obturated. This case is also done by one of my interns, not interns, who has become a doctor, and I wanted to show you that this case was also done by him. So if he can do, you can also do these kind of cases. It's not rocket science that you won't be able to understand, or with practice you cannot achieve perfection. So this case I wanted to show you because this tooth was mobile, grade 1 mobility was there. Why? Because you can see there is some involvement in the furcation area. This is a young patient basically. So what he had a habit of, so there was the complaint was there is food getting stuck in between this premolar and molar, and all the time he used to use a toothpick. So you can see here there is bone loss in this region, and the tooth started moving grade 1 mobility. But since he was only 36 years of age and I decided to do a root canal of this tooth, if possible, sometimes what happens, whatever remaining, so I saw there is distal bone is very nice, and there are chances that this tooth will heal. Whatever pocket and inflammation, curettage was being done, and here the very good root canal has been done in this tooth. And while doing the RCT of the patient, we told the patient that this tooth doesn't have a very good prognosis, but after 1 month of follow-up, the tooth mobility has gone, and the tooth is also, see, so what do you think? I have given calcium hydroxide inside the canal, and we have waited for 15 days and then obturated. So even there was some amount of periradicular radiolucency around this tooth. You can see still I have done the obturation, because if you do a good obturation, this periapical radiolucency will also go with time. And till now we have not given crown to the patient because we need a consultation from the periodontist, and during this corona time we are just avoiding a little bit, because this tooth can be, that curettage and all those things can be done later, and we need to do a perio consult before putting a crown over this tooth. So this is the case of my uncle who had done root canal long back somewhere outside. It has been done around 7 to 8 years back. But see, you can see here the GP is extruding out of the distal socket. So we don't know whether this extrusion was there from the very beginning itself, or whether the extrusion has happened now due to the external absorption of tooth. So what we can see here, above the tooth there is involvement, there is widening of the furcation area, and you can see there is a crown, there is a bridge which is being given, and now he's having on and off pain in this tooth because maybe the BMP. So even if you do a good RCT, or even if you don't do proper BMP, so these kind of things happen. There will be a presence of there will be abscess in the tooth which you have done the RCT, and you can see the abscess. It's not going to come down until and unless you either do a root re-RCT or you do a proper extraction of this tooth. So what we have planned is, now the patient is asymptomatic, and sometimes when he takes a single painkiller it reduces. So we have decided that we should not touch it until and unless he is having some severe symptom, or we are not taking any kind of other precautionary measures except from doing warm saline rinses and chlorhexidine mouthwash. So we have just kept the tooth as it is and wait and watch. So in few cases we have to just observe and leave the tooth even if it's not a good RCT. Sometimes what happens, खराब RCT में भी आप कुछ करने जाते हो तो then the pain suddenly starts and the patient tells पहले तो ठीक था और आपने अभी खराब कर दिया. So we should not touch all these things because it has been done outside. If you would have done this, you definitely would have done some kind of retreatment in this case. So that's all with today's cases, and I hope you all guys will join me in the Instagram live session which is going to happen on Saturday on 8 May, and I hope you like this video. Till then, take care, have a very good day, take care, bye bye, and stay safe, stay at home, love you all.